Good morning, fellow travelers on spaceship Earth. I haven't figured out what the problem is. Ohayou gozaimasu. So, good morning, Chuan. How are you doing this morning? Or in Japanese, Ohayou gozaimasu. Genki desu ka? Genki. All right. I'm having a problem with trying to get this rig in. It before was not quite getting what it was supposed to get. Now it's not getting any of it. And I'm not sure what's going on or why. But I'm trying to add the rig in. There we go. Maybe that's right. Maybe that did what it was supposed to do. Uh-oh. We may actually have a thing working. Let's see. Oh, there we go. That's what we're looking for. That's what we were after. Now you see how the front wheels turn? There we go. Oh, I started streaming late. My sister is in town, so I was talking to my sister. Bunky. There we go. That's good. And apparently, there's also the drift function too. You can drift the car. And once I figure out how to grab it. Oh. What's this do? Nothing. That didn't do anything. She's doing fine. She's downstairs cleaning the oven. Funny, but hey. Floats her boat. Alright, why are you not? What does this mean? I cannot drift the vehicle this way. It's weird. Anyway, now the car will move as a car. So we've got step 1 under control now. Good. The big thing that I was having a problem with yesterday was I put the armature in and the rigging, and I did not get the tires, both tires. I just got this left tire to work correctly, but not the right tire. But now both tires seem to be turning correctly. That's good. So, have the vehicle's armatures working now. That's good. Now the next thing to do is to make it so that the vehicle can sit on a road and run, right? So we're going to add a mesh, a cube, in object mode. We're going to take that cube, we're going to flatten that cube into a road of some sort. And then we'll resize the road. And then we'll take the road and come it down to level. There we go. Take the car and raise not just that, the whole car, please. All of the pieces, please. Take the car. We don't need to worry about that. We need to worry about that. With its widgets. How do I get the car to come up now that I've done all of this? There's a ton of things at this point. There. All right. Now, question is, with this rig, can I move forward? It doesn't spin the wheels yet, which is fine. That's a friction ground sensor thing. And reverse kinematics, I don't need that. Motion paths. Right? So far, it doesn't drive. That's part of my problem. We'll figure that out. Ground sensors. Now let's see. Now that I've turned on the sensors, they should all see the ground now. So when I move, it doesn't move the wheels. Okay, still working on this, still getting there. The axle. Axles don't need to worry about that. Just the ground. So still working on trying to make the wheels turn. Okay, I'll set my key. See if it works. No. So I'm trying to kind of get this guy to line up pretty good. There we go. Put this back on keying. Then we'll put this here. Move the car forward to here. And we'll say insert key. No active keying set. That doesn't surprise me. So didn't work. So we just have to learn all the controls of Blender to make it work. And that's fine. At least the rig works. We're at least one step up because the rig works. Now, the next thing I have a very important question about is if I take you and I put you on here, so you're not in that collection anymore. If I take you and say duplicate collection or connection, right? And then I go to object mode and I take this guy here. And with his rig, move him. Because I'm going to need more than one car for this, right? So the question is, though, when I work on this guy, and we're in the rig for it, talk about this guy here, and we talk about that. When I change this color, will it change the color of both? Yes, it changes the color of both. Okay, that's wow. Disco cars. Okay, it's an important thing to know because it means I'm going to have to come out with a different car color for him, but that's okay. It's not that bad of a deal. Because I really only need 4 cars, so I'll ultimately have 4 different cars. The question is whether they'll actually drive together or not. I always have my red car. When this one moves, should probably check to make sure this isn't a thing. Make sure that they're both independent. Yes, okay, so it doesn't move the other car's steering. Good. That's important. Wouldn't it suck if that didn't work? Okay. All I need to do is figure out how to select just the body paint on this car, because now I'm like, well, I wonder if I can just actually do that. Like go to object mode and select, and then just go up here and say first tone color body. Right, and then no, just want to. And once there's a way I can select it. I seem to remember having that option before. I must be looking right at it. Huh. Oh, because we need to be in edit mode. I'm like, I know I can select it. Easy peasy. And now we have a red car and a blue car. Oh, it's two-tone. It's two-tony. Yeah, red does not need that two-tone to be like color. I mean, like, seriously. Go back into object mode. And we select the second one. Oh, go back into edit mode. Edit mode. Select the second one. Select. And then we say red for that one too. Assign. Oh, it assigned the grill. Why did it assign the grill? It's all right. We'll fix it later. But everything else looks like it worked just fine. Now we have a red car and a blue car. Good job, us. Look at us doing good jobs. Good job, us. And we still have the rig working properly in theory. Right, because the wheels still turn good. The rig still allows us to do things like lean the car backward or forward. Nice. All right. Now that we've done that, life is good. They still don't roll correct, but at least I know I can get two vehicles into the same situation. We still have to do some more rigging on the bones, but it should be pretty easy to do these things now because I figured it all out. So there's going to be more to its kinetic rig, and that's the next thing we got to do is kind of fix its rig, which we will do next. So this is me thinking this through, because the next time we do this, we'll need to use the other. Okay, this rig has been set up. So now I can go back to the guy who's making this. He rigged his car. And then he used an interesting, because this guy used cubes for his nulls, whereas I used something completely different for it. Right. So I'm watching this little video here because, of course, you can't just find somebody who lists all these things on a website anymore. You have to watch it on YouTube. Oh, yeah. This is a nice position to start. Okay. Okay. This guy also. It's kind of fun because it actually does do pretty good on like being interesting and mobile. Going around the corner. Okay. Like this animation rig, it's a good rig. It's fascinating to me. All right, now the next thing I need to do is figure out why the wheels don't work. Well, actually, what we probably should do is finish building the blue car out. So it has a person inside there. It has a bunch of other things in there that we should probably set up so that it knows what it's doing. That's probably the next important thing. So knowing that I can do this means that I can delete this guy, right? Oh, there. There we go. That took a lot of effort, a lot more effort than it should have. All right, now I'm going to take this cube, and for right now, we're just going to move it out of the way. Object node. Move it out of the way. Oh, Bork. Hey, look at that, Bork. It understands it. Bork, Bork, Bork. Oh, it does quite grasp the fact that it's on the road, so it won't. I mean, you can see that burr. Oh, it doesn't like that too much. Okay, let's finish building our car. Because we need to finish all the pieces in here so that I can copy and paste the car without problems. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is make that go away and go in here and look at our car rig and start working on things like from the car body point of view. Okay. This is me still thinking about stuff. Oh, maybe I need to do that. Maybe I need... Hmm. Howdy, little Mingo. Was working on a commission while looking at the stream, listening to the stream. Good job. Good job. Good morning, Jackson. We got a lot of people here. I'm still trying to figure out how to rig this car. That's where I am. I've got everything sort of rigged now to the point where it works, but I really need to add more pieces. Like, for example, I need to work on the steering wheel. Obviously, we're going to have to do that somewhere along the line. And I was noticing a lot of things that I probably ought to have. But we did get something cool for those of you who are joining. I added the ground here and discovered that we've rigged it enough now that when I bring the ground up to the car, it pushes the wheels. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So the rig now recognizes the ground. It doesn't make the wheels turn, but I do have things like with the rig on, I can get things like, one of the things I was having a problem with last night is now the wheels do steer, which is great. I can get the wheels to steer, and that's awesome. So, but I love the fact that the ground now actually bounces the vehicle. I think that's cool. The biggest problem we're running into at this moment, though, is despite the fact that works, the wheels don't turn when rubbing against the ground yet. They will. So we'll get there. Still hoping with all this work that the end result will be better than we've got some hard stuff still left because we got to put the driver in here, because there's no driver in here, and nor is there even a steering wheel for the driver. So we've got some hard stuff left, but it's not that bad. You know what I mean? So we'll go back into object mode, and that way I can add a mesh, and then we're going to just add a UV sphere. We'll start here. My people dudes are not that complicated, right? So kind of going this way. It's actually kind of one of the things that I'm trying to do is not make this super complicated. I don't want people concentrating on my drawing ability or my art ability on this, because that's not what this is for. Normally I wouldn't have any issue with them observing my artwork, but in this instance, I want them to drive a car, not critique me for my art or whatever. How you doing, George? Would you like me to open the window for you? George would like to go look at the birds and things outside. That's what George wants to do. And do this. And take the top part, stretch it out sort of like this. And then before, I kind of took this guy, made him the neck-ish. George. Come up here. Want scritches? We're apparently playing. Sometimes you're still a kitten, huh? Sometimes you're still a kitten. Come here. Come here. There we go. You want scritches, scritches? Come here. Come here. Here. Okay, I'm not going to chase you all over the place. Hi, turtle. I do too. There, even his little, like, he's like, what is he? I don't know what his problem is. He's a cat. I was going to scritch you, but then you walked away. I'm not playing this game of, well, if you really love me, you'd follow me all over the house. I'm not playing that game. Yeah, I know. He just wants to play chase. I get it. But I'm not doing it. You can't make me, cat. You just can't do that. I'm not doing it, man. But if you jump up here, I'll scritch you. Just saying. Right? You're like, what? What's your problem? All right. Now what I'm doing is taking... Oh, yeah. You can use some really good colors that way, too. I mean, that'd be awesome. With fall art themes, you can get some really nice, warm, fall-like colors. I think that'd be cool. I'm just making sort of this guy's body sort of bowed a little bit. Make that a little less dramatic there. And then he can be kind of like he's sitting kind of hunched down a little bit. This is sort of what we're headed for. There we go. So we're kind of making just a basic body shape. I'm not working that hard on this because I want just a basic body shape. I do want it to not look silly, though, and weird. So I have to work a little bit on it. Sort of to the bottom of the shirt there. It's kind of the lower torso area. It's not going to be very specific. No need for it to be some specific thing. None of this is going to be very specific because we don't need to worry about it. It's just a dude sitting in a car. So I'll just kind of put the pelvis like this. There you go. Got kind of a torso thing going for this year. So now it's sort of this object is dude torso. Which, doesn't look horribly bad as a torso with a little shirt on and stuff like that. Looks pretty good. Now put little legs on it and stuff like that. It won't be a problem. In fact, his legs don't. His right leg might move a little, but I don't think enough for me to. Yeah, maybe I should IK chain the thing. Don't want to IK chain the whole thing. But then again, I'm like, well, I also don't want to be down the road and going, well, I'm going to have to do all of this again because I didn't do the thing. That's correct, Jackson. The trees are starting to yellow where you are. They're all still green here. Right? You out of your lightning problems? Okay. And should I add it inside or outside? I guess merely inside would be fine. Nope. All right. Maneuvering this around. Yeah, but not a full one. Just one, just enough that if he's inside the car, you can kind of see there's a person there and driving, and somewhat cute, because I don't want it to be scary or creepy, but scary and creepy doesn't help us any. That's not what I want. Well, of course, scary and creepy is when they're headless. He's missing his head. We'll fix that in a minute, but that's the right size. Yes, that's somebody who's driving the car. And that way I can have a person in there. But I need to also make it the right size. All right. I want to add shoulders to him, but I don't want to make this bulky and big. So we're going to see what we can do about object mode. Add a mesh. I guess our best bet is just to do little spheres. until we are good. Maybe trying to do this like I'm trying to keep it a little bit simple so it's still kind of cartoony and therefore not as threatening. Doesn't look as scary. But I think I'm ending up making it kind of scary anyway. I mean, I'm like not intentionally trying to do that. I think what I need to do something a little bit more like this. Take one side of it and move it out, or move it in, if you will, like so. And then make this side kind of go out a little bit like that. And just take this entire piece and make it like so. And then that way I can just rotate this entire kind of monstrosity a little bit more like that. And that leans it out one side. Maybe more like that. There. And that should look a little, I mean, it's still cartoony. It's supposed to be. And then there will be an arm in there at some point because we've got to put an arm in. And I'm not happy with it, of course. The real question comes with the how much of this do I want to make actual like motion? Do I want him to just have his hands so that the hands and the arms move? Excuse me. Or do I want to make it so that everything moves, the whole structure of the arm, every piece of it? Hmm. All right. The reason I'm asking these questions is, do I need to set a rig so that it does all the things it's supposed to do here? I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. Like the arms, do I need to rig the arms? Why am I so tired this morning? Right? Just dying here. Oh, that thunderstorm kept you up all night. I could see that. My only problem is I'm not 100% sure this is what I want to do with this arm. Like, make the arm actually exist like this is kind of iffy. Because by doing this, I'm kind of doing the, do I want to do this really? Because, like, I'm now sitting there going, I don't know if I want to actually do this piece. Like, here might be better. I don't have really a lot of the resolution for this, but maybe, I don't know. And it's kind of okay where it is. I'm just kind of doing the like, kind of want to figure out how to do arms that maybe are IK chained. IK is inverse kinetics or kinematics, which means that it's a chain of objects that can move together. So, like this, if I grab the hand and pull it, it pulls this bone and this bone. In 3D, there's no reason for things to be connected. unless you tell it to be connected. So we have to tell Blender to connect this to this and make it so that this can bend. Otherwise, it'll just make a rigid object that doesn't bend, and then it moves forward or backward, disconnected of another part of the body. So I'm trying to decide whether I want to put in IK chains, which would be an object, an object, and an object all tied together. If I want to do that here, the question really is, can I, or should I do that? But then I'm looking at this YouTube channel, and the guy in the YouTube channel that I'm watching, it's one of the things he's doing is he's got chains going on through his little dude. So his dude has IK chains in it, so that whenever he drives his little vehicle around, you can kind of see he's already rigged up all of the pieces here. And that's what I'm trying to do too, is rig up all these pieces. Once he does that, he's got all these other things that I'm trying to make work too. This is a very long video. But the final result is that he can set the car going. And it rolls. So the wheels roll across the ground, and they follow the path of the vehicle. Now, he manually built this car rig, which this video shows very well, by the way. And so he's just building the path so that the vehicle can do the rig work the way it's supposed to. But you can see how the wheels are turning correctly. They're all moving the right way. Everything is moving around really nicely. And we've almost got all of this, but his dude also moves and sways and rocks back and forth and stuff like that. So I kind of want to do the same thing. I want to be able to make the guy kind of move around whenever we're on these paths and stuff like that. There goes his little car. And his steering works too. Like little dude steering the car and stuff. So we're gonna have to figure this out. Anyway, so that's part of what I'm doing right now, is trying to figure out how much of this do I want to get into. And the truth really is as much as I can possibly get away with without spending months and months and months on this. Because I really don't want to spend months and months and months on this. The major reason for the push for this is that there's a job at Lockheed Martin that I really want to apply for. They need a 3D animator to animate rockets and stuff. So I want to show that even though I don't have Maya as a program, I do know Blender enough to run Blender. So it's kind of a thing. There's that. But it's 10:45, and I'm actually going to have to probably cut my stream early a little bit today because my sister's downstairs and she's actually kind of cooling her heels and waiting for stuff. Yeah, that is really cool, isn't it? Like, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I mean, that'd be a great job. I'd work at Lockheed Martin. That'd be awesome. Modeling rockets. I mean, I don't think my chances are very big, but I'm going to write the cover letter to be sort of a, hey, I like rockets. It's like, I like rockets lots. If you need my friends to verify that I like rockets, they will. I don't think there's a single friend of mine that would say, "Guy, he likes rockets? That's weird." I wouldn't have imagined that. All of you guys are like, no, that's the thing. You all know me very well. So, right? Imagine if my job was to build spaceships all the time. I mean, like, what kind of that would be just a perfect job. All right, I'm just making these a little bit thicker through here because it looks a little bit better. See, now it just looks a little bit better. Especially since I really made this kind of too big, I feel. I have a lot of calls today. All right. So we've done the little dude. I'll put his head on him in a minute, or tonight when we get in tonight. I do not know if I'll be late tonight or not. So Jackson, if I'm not on right away, just hang out there for a while, or start the show by yourself if you want, or anything you need to do. However you want to do it. But knowing that my sister is here, I might be late to start tonight. We don't know, so we'll have to see. So just kind of keep that in mind. I don't know if I like that either. So yeah. So there we go. Yeah, and you can just come in here and just start the stream. I have opening and ending credits because I've come from old school TV background, and so I like the opening credits. So, but you don't have to run the opening credits. So if you can't figure that out, just start the stream. There's nothing wrong with that. Just hit start stream, and then that will work. And then you could just broadcast and say, "Hi, I'm Jackson. I'm here. I'm running the stream today." So, so if that becomes kind of a problem child, don't worry about it. You can always just hit the go button. Yeah, well, that's why I like it too, because I come from old school television, so I feel like we should have an opening and ending credits. So, that's the way it feels. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and bow out, Chuan. Good to see you. It's good to see you, Little Mango Art. You're here too. And Turtle, who just hid a whole bunch and then went somewhere else, so I think. And then, of course, we did have Brent here for just a little bit, but I think, hey, there you go. So I think we're good. And everybody else, have a wonderful day. I hope you have a great day. And remember to keep your eyes on the stars. Bye-bye.